Welcome to Mind's Eye, a game that I've been covering deep details. Today, we're going to do somewhat of a reaction and breakdown to some exclusive footage. Somebody got sponsored and allowed to preview two clips that we have not seen on the internet. So, this is exclusive first look at somebody else's first look. The gentleman is called Agent Zero. He is a content creator and he pretty much been around for a while, and I actually dealt with him in NBA Live in the good old days. But now we're talking about Mind's Eye, and this is the footage, just the raw footage of a quick clip that they sent him. It's not a lot, guys, but we can see some details, and I want to kind of point out a couple of things as we go. First of all, the explosions are spectacular in this game, and there's a lot to get into when it comes to the game and talk about. See the scan, which is something that I like. I would turn off the scan though. I would not want to use it as much. Just go in there raw. Okay, we're watching a reload speed, which is very generous. It's not long and tedious. And this is a big weapon, so you're going to be in and out running and gunning. The speed is very quick. You see the drones, and then the AI bots also in the mix. So very, very interesting. There is a scope, and you're zooming in here to get a better shot. And it looks fluid and it plays well as well. So I really like that. And you can see the movement is very fast. You're able to move in and out, and you're getting into cover carefully, which is very important. And so super cool. You can see when it comes to human players, you easily take them out without even trying, and that is spectacular. But there's also other weapons, and we're going to kind of pause here and take a look. You see on the top is a pistol, and then right next to it is a sniper, and then the assault rifle that we were just using on the far right, and then underneath that is a shotgun, and then another SMG style with 35 rounds. They have some pretty big clips. And then he's going to be using the laser one, which I'll talk about last, and then there's an LMG on the left. All right, so super good, cool stuff here. Very important to kind of take note. The clips, how big the magazine is, and how fast you reload. And then this weapon, it is a laser, literally a laser. It hits pretty hard. It destroys this truck, which is pretty cool. And this is futuristic tools. You're not going to have this at the start of the game. You're going to end up getting it as you go. You're going to see these guys in vehicles, and they got torrents and everything, but you take them out with this weapon. And you don't even waste half the clip on that. That was pretty straightforward. As you can see, you're going to be able to move forward and go from there. And this was a pretty fast movement for this character. You can see you're able to crouch and do all of that good stuff. Now we're going to watch the second half, and I'll break both these down once again. Want to watch this. You run somebody over in that segment right there, which was kind of hilarious. I'm not sure how that's going to work if there's police chasing you or something, but that was pretty funny to say the least. And so in there, you're looking at a huge map. This is basically open world-ish to a certain extent. So we got to like take that into account, and we're going to kind of dive into this a couple times to kind of get a feel for it. These are multiple blocks, and they're really long distance, and you see there's a lot of traffic with lights and everything, and this looks like Vegas almost, but a futuristic version of Vegas in its own way. And so guys, this is pretty insane, and there are some damage that happens to the car, and you want to keep paying attention to the areas as you go. You can freely drive, as you can see, for the most part, but man, oh man, this is a huge map. They said it was a linear game. I don't remember a linear game having this much traversal in it, and this is only one clip. And so super interesting to kind of see where that goes. The car flipped over. You can see right there, they just flipped over its poor taxi. And then the damage on the hood is what has this gentleman laughing, by the way. That's not me, just remember. And the hood actually flips over. It's pretty insane and hilarious to think about. And we're going to kind of take a look at this driving sequence again, just to kind of discuss that part one more time, and to kind of go over some of the stuff that I've seen that I thought was pretty cool, and just kind of notice so you can know what's up. And shout out to Agent Zero once again. for getting this sponsorship to be able to leak this footage. Not leak it, but basically put it out. He put it out, so I'm gonna put it out to see. There, right there, he runs over a drone, which I thought was a drone. It looked like a drone, and in that situation, the female is screaming and kind of right next to them, screaming, yelling. So I don't know if the police are gonna see you. Now you want to look at the top left. It tells you your objective and it tells you the road and the map. Now, one thing that I did learn is that actually some of this racing is objective based. You got to stay on your target and you can't, veer too far away. And I believe that's what they mean by not an open world where you're just going to escape and go somewhere else. You got to follow your target and get to them. And then you can see how big this city is. All right. And they said something in a video that I posted about exploring, and I'm pretty excited about it. But this right here is way more bigger than I would have thought, and I wasn't sure what they were going to do. They showed a lot of vehicles, but now I can see the potential for the cars is going to be spectacular. It's going to be fun. There's some big roads, a lot of traversal. You can do what you want, and the damage is real. So you're going to see you end up damaging your hood and all that. But I'm absolutely loving all the city that you're seeing here. I gotta laugh at some people, and of course this is low quality because I'm taking it off of his stream that he did live and basically capturing it just so you guys can see his reaction of my reaction. But yeah, this is the part here when you see that destruction that I think is super interesting. And we're gonna do like some story narrative breakdowns about this, but I wanted to do the gameplay stuff, and I do think it's gonna be a fun time to play this game. They're really doing the little details like the hood breaking and stuff like that. I'm curious if your car can get fully damaged and what's gonna happen from there. But yeah, man, this is a special game, and as you guys know, I'm really excited for it. Now I want to talk about this. First of all, you have your scan, and it's going to be super powerful. You can sit here with this weapon. You can see that your character kind of goes to the side, so you can zoom in a little bit. This is a third-person game, and sometimes the third-person shooting doesn't feel that fluid. I kind of like the fact that your character goes far left as you go to shoot. So, you get behind cover, you reload, set things up, and it looks great, to be honest with you. Even though he was streaming this and visual for his side, he even had to turn up to 1080p, which you're watching him do in this scenario. And so it looks really nice, and I'm definitely excited about this. Shout out to MindsEye. I don't know if it was a good idea to just give it to somebody random. It's good promotion, but I would like for them to put out a full gameplay breakdown so that we can really see what's going on. This is just a piece of a mission, and it's good enough to know, like, okay, these bots are gonna take a bunch of damage. When we're fighting these guys, it takes a lot of bullets. The humans who come out the vehicle next, it doesn't take that much bullets. And so you got to see, you're gonna play a little strategic, get some cover, take a couple guys out, then push forward and go forward. In this sequence right here, the lady is opening the door while you are getting to cover and taking these guys out. So it's kind of like a sequence. And you can see these players are getting wiped quickly. And so there's a difference between fighting an AI and a player. Stuff like that. If you take a moment, just look at Jacob's hair on the right there. I know it's probably like, dude, you're looking at somebody's hair. Yeah, you want to see the graphics. You want it to feel real. You want to be in the moment. And I love that. I think it looks good. I think it plays good. The lighting looks special on that car right there with the reflection coming out. Pretty cool. So in this sequence, this was kind of just like a scenario where you're defending the girl from hacking the door and doing what she has to do. And then you can go ahead and get to the next area. Now I got a question here. Can I not climb over that? Curious. They have that mechanic. It would be nice. I like being able to climb over things, but we'll see what they did or how they did this game. But man, oh man, it is a spectacular reveal as far as some of the stuff that I wanted to see, which is this open world, and then a little more action to see how your gunplay is gonna feel. Is it gonna be fluid in your movement and things like that? So it's looking like it's gonna be top tier. And shout out to Agent. I rarely do reaction videos from other people's content, but there's no other choice. He got sponsored. Shout out to him. And hopefully, you know, we'll get to see a full breakdown of this from the studio when the time comes, man. But yo, make sure y'all hit a like if this was exciting to get you going, if you're into it. And if you're new to it, let me know what your thoughts are. Feel free to drop a comment. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all stay safe, stay blessed. Catch you on the next one.